This is a Tape Deck podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Inside the Runner Studio. This is your host, Tom, and with me as always are Brianna, Michael, and Diana.
Hello.
Hello.
That was tight.
That was
So
a tight delivery.
That felt good. We're kind of
We're coming back.
and our guest tonight is what am I trying to say?
She's not
I'm not
lounging on
sure.
a couch like the rest of us are.
She looks so much more professional than what we're putting out. But
Look, I used to sit in front of a mic. Let me tell you, sitting on a couch is way better. I'm just going to say it.
Sure.
Plus, you can see my legs.
It's true. That's true.
Well, we are honored.
Okay.
Now it's weird. We're happy to have our friend Natalie with us. Hi, Natalie.
Hello.
How are you?
I am just dandy. How about you?
Good. Can't complain. We're experimenting with this ring light, and so I know this
We
isn't.
used it last week.
And I feel like it looked better. Now it just looks like I'm guilty of something,
No, it looks good. I think it
some
looks...
sort of crime.
I mean, nobody's ever going to see this, but it looks good. I think it looks good.
The room was so dark.
It is. It
I
really
know.
is.
Because when we
just-
start, it's daylight, and then it... Yeah, I know. I had the same problem because I walked back out into the living room, and it was like pitch black, and I'm like, I guess I should turn on a light because...
There was a point in when we were just recording where like you were visible, and then like 3 minutes later you were not visible anymore. It was just like a dark room.
So Natalie, Chaos in Chief, I see under your name, but you know the drill. We're going to ask you some running related questions, some non-running related questions, get to know you. But before we do, can you introduce yourself and tell us how you got into running?
Absolutely. Everybody, my name is Natalie O'Malley, and I almost just went into my work spiel.
Yep.
Pivot,
I
on
do
that.
it a lot.
which if you know where I work, the pivot joke is really funny.
Yeah.
I am originally from the Chicagoland area, but I now reside in Omaha, Nebraska, and Run Disney is what got me into running. In 2019, my cousin and best friend said, "Hey, I'm doing this race at Disney. Do you want to do it too?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. That sounds fun." And one Princess 10K later, and the rest is history. It has changed my life. And it took me from a swimmer who really hated running a lot to somebody who's done a multitude of marathons, halves, dopies, a world major. I've done Chicago. It's changed my life.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Tom is also a swimmer,
All right.
Yes.
as we
sure.
learned 2 years ago. 3 years ago? 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
I don't know. Time doesn't matter. But I can swim. My family were all swimmers. I'm very comfortable in the water.
Yeah, you did that big swim in Luray.
I did that.
Oh, and we stayed at that hotel, and people thought we were swingers.
That's true. That was fun. That's a good time. Yeah. I don't know where to go from there. So we are going to jump into
do you want-
questions.
well-
Yes, go ahead.
Should you
We
talk about
also-
our podcast?
Yes.
Yes, please. I'm
You're
sorry.
so rusty, Tom. Jeez.
Look, we're easing back into this.
Well, I didn't bring it up either. I almost went into what I do for a career. I'm an accountant and not, the whole podcast thing, but I am the host of the Stride Sisters podcast, community-based, largely Run Disney events, but I like to get people involved in and around the Run Disney and otherwise community to talk about their stories, share their experiences, laugh at themselves. I got a lot of that going on because ultimately I'm somebody who believes in sharing my story and making the mistakes so you don't have to.
Amen.
Love it. Love it. And we connected through those, I don't know, those people at
Those
Rise and Run.
people.
One of the 17 Rise and Run hosts. I don't know.
Those who should not be named.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
So we're going to jump into the questions.
Yeah,
Diana's got our first question.
I do. And this is always fascinating to me. Are you a morning, midday, or evening runner?
Morning. Absolutely. It sometimes is, I start the day on a high, and it's not, I love the peace and quiet of,
Mm-hmm.
Also the birds sometimes outside my window don't let it not be a morning run where
There
I
you
wake
go.
up.
Yeah.
Because the anti-Disney princess where the birdies get me. And then
Yep.
I'm like, well, I'm awake now. So I'm going to not be mad at the world if I go on a run and get that out of my system.
Follow-up question. In Disney, are you team first bus?
I'm a recovering first busser.
Okay.
So now that I have proof of time, I was going to say now that, but this is the last year I can use it. I have finally convinced myself that, hey, honey, you're only saving 4 minutes if you get to the front of your
Right.
corral because you have POT.
Yep.
That's fair.
You're going to be fine. And then also with the dead last start habit too.
Don't even.
You're going to be
That's-
fine.
Do you dead last start?
I've done DLS a couple times. So I was part of the big Chicago team as well
Mm,
that fundraised this past year. And I felt like I had to do a DLS to kind of earn my stripe on the villains, to be on the villains team. Nobody
Wow.
forced me. I felt like I had to do it.
Okay.
So it's fun. I did my first half DLS at Princess, and I did a DLS during Dopey for the 10K. And then I did another one prior to that.
Okay.
That is so stressful. But
It's
I
It's a
cannot
game.
imagine you trying that, Tom. You
I
would freak
would-
out.
yes.
freak out.
I mean, Aaron
It's
and
so
I have
fun.
definitely dead last started races because we showed up so late. The race had already started.
That's
and we
also
walked out.
unacceptable.
So we've done it like unintentionally, but
Mhm.
so my question is, what is your worst toenail or chafing story?
Ooh.
all right. I actually got one of each. I feel like that's pretty bad. So remember that marathon in 24, Walt Disney World Marathon weekend, where
Is that the one it rained?
it's surprise rained.
Yes, yeah. The 0% chance of rain.
We got it out of our system during the half of a half. Oh yeah. So after that, after running through soaking wet, sopping socks for
Mm.
17 miles of a marathon, I dropped a suitcase on my toe.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't just a suitcase. It was a Dopey to Dumbo. Well, I was doing Goofy to Dumbo suitcase. Like I was going directly to
Oh,
Disneyland.
you had
Like
everything.
mhm.
Oh.
We it was one where you know when you lose a toenail and it's coming and you eventually just have to put it out of its misery. It was my big toe.
Oh,
And-
the big toe.
I was like basically kind of clipping away at pieces of it and to relieve the pressure. Felt great once I did that. But I don't think even by the time, because then I got married a couple months later, and I don't think I had a toenail left by that time, but it's
Oh,
okay because
no.
I already knew by that point that I was wearing, I wore Converse under my wedding dress. So
Awesome.
I knew I knew I'd be fine in
Right.
that case. And I also am very protective over my calloused feet in the first place. So the pedicure wasn't happening either. A chafing story.
Oof. God. I feel like, I don't know. I wasn't expecting a toenail story with that because when it rains, I feel like you chafe in
Yeah.
new and unusual places. Like you have
Yeah.
no idea, and then all of a sudden you're in the shower after the run, and it's someplace you've never chafed before, and the rain just
you'll
brings
never-
it out.
And you'll never chafe there ever again.
No,
either.
no, it's just something about how like the wet was hitting like whatever clothes item it was, or the piece of leg, or like
No, I think I got away without really chafing at all there because I
It-
also learned the hard way with
Mm.
my infamous chafing story preparing for my first half marathon. I run 10 miles. These leggings, they're great. They're fantastic. I've worn them several times on shorter runs. What's the problem? I don't know. I do my 10 miles. It doesn't feel so great, but that's okay. That's the first time I've ever run 10 miles. The absolute betrayal of getting in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is my back chafe, but my butt cheeks are chafed.
Oh, yep.
Oh.
Yep. Been there.
I've been I used to be like a commando, and this year I'm experimenting with because like my butt is just leggings don't agree with it anymore. Which I mean is a good problem to have, I guess, but like it's annoying, I'll tell you that.
This was
Like,
with
nothing
underwear.
fits right. Oh,
This was
no.
Wow. Oh.
I've learned that granny panties save lives, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Granny panties save lives because they saved my little cheeks from Goofy coming to get them. I don't know.
It's so bad.
Do you glide or squirrel's nut butter or anything like this? Like,
oh, in the squirrel's nut butter we trust. Now I have prevented the cheek chafing, but it was traumatizing because I wasn't expecting it. I'm already sore standing, go to let my long curly hair down, and all of a sudden I get whacked in the back right on the chain. Hot water because it's the winter. Dunzo.
God.
And you don't really notice. You're like, oh, it feels kind of weird, but like, let me get in the shower.
Yeah.
So,
that's
God.
awesome.
God, yeah. It was actually the anniversary of my terrible chafing story, and it showed up in like my time hop, like the photo of like my thigh chafe.
Oh, the thigh
was
chafe.
that was like a 3rd-degree burn because my pants ripped.
Same. I've had that too. Only I wasn't smart enough to go right home. I had to finish at least to the half of the 17-miler. I was like, well, I'm close enough.
You're like,
I'm
it's
gonna
fine.
go right home.
And you don't think it's as bad as it is. And then oh,
Pants
God.
on.
It's on. Eesh.
All right. Next question. Would you run a race without a medal?
Yes, if it was for a kind of different experience. Like, originally I was wanted to answer this like no, but with all the good that my medals in the boxes back in my closet are doing right now, I'd say something that was a really special experience, like in whatever capacity that means, I would be willing to forego the medal to have that experience. Or if it's a ripper of a course where I can run really fast, it's a fast one, I'd be willing to forego the medal for that.
That's good. Yeah, I'm like that way too. Like I still get medals at everything I do, but yeah, I have the box in the closet. I've got a handful of Disney ones in shadow boxes, like the big ones. I've got my Marine Corps one in a shadow box, but everything else is just in a closet. Like, I think there's 2 boxes of them. I was actually thinking the other day about like what to do with them.
Oh, you can donate them, or I sold some Disney ones.
I think
It's not really. I mean, it's like
I went
you
that
get a
route
few
with some of
bucks.
them. With some of them at one point.
But you can donate any half
aren't there's
marathon or
like
higher.
it's
There's
like
a
for like
kids
kids in the
charity.
hospital.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I got a box that's ready to go out because I'm like, what am I doing with these? Like, what am I doing with these medals? Like, they're just sitting in my house. Like, I'm not even looking at them.
Right.
So yeah, I have like, and then for ones that are like less than a half marathon or whatever, there's a place you can they'll recycle them.
Oh, that's good to know.
They'll actually recycle the medal.
That's what been like the race that 10K that I did a couple months ago, where I said that race company does a bunch around here, and they always have medals, and I'm like, I don't need a medal for a 5K anymore.
I could probably recycle my Monopoly medal.
I don't know.
The most infamous race currently going. It's always short.
All right. Thank you for giving me this question, by the way. So, Natalie, would you endure a code brown for a BQ? And if not, is there any circumstance in which you would?
Listen, you know how people will say I did that for free? Buckle up.
Amen. Amen.
I didn't actually endure it, but I have run the Chicago Marathon once. It was my first world major. It was this past year in 2025. And let me tell you, me and Gatorade Endurance don't get
Oh.
along.
Oh.
So guess who had taken it? You do what you can to prevent things. I take it on a longer run up to like 12-ish miles. One of my last long runs going into taper. And guess when I start having GI distress?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Mile 14.
there you go.
So I spent the latter half of the Chicago Marathon cheeking it through the south side of Chicago.
Nice.
Oh, God.
It's a blur. Now, I wasn't a biohazard, but that was for a time that, I am still very proud of because it was a very gritty, enduring race and,
Mhm.
what it meant to me for the charity I ran for, to be serious for 2 seconds. It meant a lot.
Yeah.
And, like what people endure, I ran for American Cancer Society, what people endure going through chemo, supporting their loved one who is going through chemo, caregiving, etc.
Mhm.
It's a small price to pay. Like that's hard versus I'm just uncomfortable. That said, it was for several hours off of a BQ. So if all I had to do was, let a little out for a BQ and cut 2 hours off my marathon time, let's go, baby.
That's fair. It's fair. I get it.
We've debated, like, if I knew I was gonna win, like, let it flow.
I just don't know how you continue once it's there and how that doesn't impact your time more than without it.
You gotta have determination.
That's true.
Just
I
the
do have a-
logistics of it.
Running
Oh,
into your
God. Here.
shoes and all that.
Not of my own, but my first half marathon, Princess Half Marathon of 2022. I have no concept. I hear about the sewer treatment plant. I was like, I thought that was part of the full. So we're behind like Magic Kingdom when you used to exit behind Frontierland. And,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're running by what I now know is the Grand Floridian, but it's just trees and stuff like that. It's all new to me. I'm like, dang, I thought the waste treatment plant was further away. And I thought that was part of the marathon. I was running behind somebody who had a code brown.
Oh my!
And honestly, her day was way worse than mine was. I was like, oh, damn, I just feel bad for her. Her day is infinitely worse than anything. But
Yeah.
I used to joke that I needed to keep a spare pair of undies in my hydration vest just in case. Because
Just
You
in
never know.
case.
You never
Just in
know.
case.
Always be prepared.
Always be prepared. Oh my gosh.
This is why I run on the trails.
There's always a spot.
You just run out into the woods somewhere and nobody
That's
knows.
my complaint about the trails I run on is that they're like rail trails. So there's always
You can't do it there.
there's houses too close or there's just always people
People.
around.
Mhm.
I've debated before where I'm like, and then I'm like looking around like, can
There's
I
no
dip
good
out?
spot. There's
Like-
no good spot.
Yeah, during COVID, we were running all the roads and it was, wooded roads and it was next to a house, but we were in the woods. And I was like, well, we're not near anything. So
Yeah.
this is just going to have to
Right.
happen. Like, I don't know. Like, hopefully, no. It was pretty early in the morning. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what we were running.
You're on
that
somebody's
day.
ring camera.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably.
We moved. It's fine.
Oh,
That's
God.
fine.
All right. I think I have the next question. Would you rather run a PR on a course no one's heard of or run your worst time ever at a major? This is a new question. Have we ever asked this question
No,
before?
this is first.
This is a newbie.
As long as that PR gets me like what I need to, it's the BQ in the theoretical Code Brown situation or the POT, like it's USATF. I don't care. So I don't believe in gatekeeping, but at the same time, like if it's like a secret hole in the wall, like Nebraska half that, it's flat, fast, like, everything I need to be, I don't care if you've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Get you an A, get you in a good corral. Yeah, I love that.
Absolutely.
All right. Now we head into our random questions.
I love the random ones.
What's one album you could listen to any day or time and get lost in it?
Oh man, that is a really good one. So John Williams has been my number one on Spotify for the entirety of the time I've had Spotify. Okay. So I can just drop, I grew up a lot with the Harry Potter movies. I grew up, a Harry Potter one, a Jurassic Park soundtrack, Star Wars soundtrack. You just drop that on, just It's just,
Mhm.
it makes your day so much more magical. You'll be counting the beans as an accountant does, and just the beans are magical that way. Or Jurassic Parky, or, any kind of, or Star Warsy. The stars are warring. It's great.
I love everything about that.
Yeah, so good. That's kind of stuff I put on like while I'm working and, just in the zone.
All right. Next one. If you wrote a book, what would it be called?
Oh,
Ooh. I feel like it would have to have some sort of a play on my name. So I like to joke I went potato potato. My maiden name is Boyle. My married name is O'Malley, so literally potato potato. And I also claimed the O that my family lost at immigration, where we were O'Boyle in Ireland. And then when my, I was going to say ancestors, my grandparents emigrated, they lost the O. So there would have to be some sort of a play on that name, or like, I can't call it reclaiming my O, for God's sake, but
Although that was
could.
good.
You
I mean,
Quite good.
Depends on what the book's about.
Yeah.
That's usually the kind of books Brianna and I read. So
It's true.
Mr. Natalie is mortified in the other room right now.
Actually, well, the one I finished last week was literally called Axes and O's. And the O's are exactly what you think they are.
All right, let's tighten it up.
we've
Let's-
got a guest.
Come on.
Oh, so good.
Is it me?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Does this
I-
interfere with Mahjong?
No, I'm not playing Mahjong.
No, he's all distracted.
What is the weirdest thing you've heard or witnessed in a public restroom?
Oh, Lord.
You're getting a lot of the bathroom content.
What
That
this
is-
is this is a
was
special
On the
episode of On
Runs.
the Runs.
A very special on the runs.
Man, I wish I could have Mr. Natalie chime in on this, but because he witnesses war crimes in his work bathroom, apparently. But
God.
I'd say there are just people fighting for their life out there. And again, I respect it. You guys, like, when duty calls, duty calls.
Yep.
But I'd say, yeah, I think that, an airport bathroom, like an airport, there's no laws, there's no time, there's laws because you have things you can't do in an airport, but like there's no rules in an airport besides those.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the airport bathrooms are, I guess I have showered in an airport bathroom in a Sky Club. So I was like, wow, like being naked in an airport is kind of weird. I'm not going to lie
Yeah,
to you.
it's weird.
It is.
The concept.
Yeah. I agree. I've done it, and it's strange.
Like, this isn't right. Like, yes, this is a very clean, nice shower, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like the concept of me being without clothes in an airport, in the Atlanta airport, is just not right. Okay.
I change in airports all the time, and I always feel weird about it because I travel a lot for work, and I have to, like, for some places I go, I have to be like work ready when I arrive, but I don't like to be on the plane. Like, I want to be in leggings on the plane. So I feel like I'm like half naked in airport bathrooms all the time, and I hate it. Like, I'm like, this is how I'm going to, like, something terrible is going to happen every time I do it. And then you're like precariously like holding your shoe, like you're stepping on your shoes
you're on
because
one
like
shoe.
you don't want like your foot to touch the floor. It's the worst. It's everything about it's terrible. Things are falling. It's just
And like, there's a seat there, but it's a toilet seat in an airport. So like, you're not going to sit
you
there.
can't use it.
No.
And then like sometimes there's a little shelf to like put stuff on, but like sometimes there's not. And it's just all right. I think I've got our last question before we jump into our Inside the Runners questions, if I'm not mistaken. And this is, I think this might be a kind of new question as well, or one we don't ask very often. What's the most niche thing you know a surprising amount about?
This is a brand new one.
It's a good question.
Oh.
I like that one.
This is another one. I need Mr. Natalie in here, where he's like, he'll just look at me like, why do you know that?
Yeah.
Like, if you can spur up a conversation with me about a lot of different things, he's like, why do you know that?
It's weird.
I love it, though. Man, I'd say like the amount of things I know about running it's a little weird of like, other people's like running and stuff too, like, like, oh, like I can like narrate like these like Olympians and whatnot. It's like, what are you doing? But in this circle, that wouldn't be considered that strange.
I mean, it's strange to like it's niche to the general public who think every race is a marathon. So your 5K marathon this weekend.
It's funny because even before I did my first marathon, that first Princess 10K, I know that my boyfriend at the time, now husband, was like, yeah, congrats on your marathon. I'm like, I need 20 more miles for it to be a marathon. Thank you. Like no stolen valor. I think there's a lot I know about aviation too. That's like, okay. Like, and it's fun in a fun way of, actually, I went really deep like this past on like the different air traffic zones, the advisory boards, I got really good at reading them and like where like what the impacts were on our local airport.
That's
it was for
niche.
a reason. Yeah. It was for a reason, but because I was convinced that my flight was going to, it was during the shutdown. So I was convinced we were going to be so delayed, we might have an impact getting out of the country. And I was right.
See, it's useful information.
It was out of necessity.
Yep.
Very nice.
All right. Well, now we go into the James Lipton Memorial questions. And as always, we start off with what is your favorite word?
Man, I feel like I'm going to say a slang word that, because my first thought was the F-bomb, but I don't know if in good company I could say that.
You'll get a chance.
You're in good company. That's just a later question.
Beautiful.
I mean, you can use it twice.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go. And what is your least favorite word?
Moist.
Moist is like the number one answer by far. Yeah,
I get it. Yeah,
I think damp is worse than moist, but that's just me.
Damp sounds gross too. Like I just heard it and I didn't like it at all.
Damp,
but I've never thought about it. Like it sounds gross.
Moist is definitely the number one answer we have ever gotten.
Ew, I feel like damp does sound worse than moist.
Right?
Like, I feel like my life has just been changed because it just.
It's got a really dirty connotation to it.
What, damp?
Yeah. Sounds gross.
That's because you have a dirty mind. Speaking of damp, Natalie, what turns you on?
Oh my God.
Having it together. Because sometimes I do not.
Yep.
There you go.
And what turns you off?
Arrogance.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah. All right. What sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of planes.
Oh, nice. Very nice. And what sound or noise do you hate?
Specifically, my bathroom fan in my main bathroom.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's so real.
I love
That's so real.
Very specific.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just cacophony. Every time if it's left out, it's as soon as I get in there, turn off.
Yep. Same. Ours is also like malfunctioning because I think my husband just leaves it on all the time. So I think it's just starting to die. And I can hear it from downstairs sometimes. And I have to immediately go turn it off.
Also, nice use of the word cacophony.
There you go.
All right. And now we get to what is your favorite curse word?
The F-bomb.
Classic.
There you go.
Oh, yeah,
Versatile.
definitely the number one answer there.
The front runner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Man, that is such an interesting question because there's what I think I'd be good at that I'd like to attempt. And then there's like, well, like, is this consequence free?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Consequence free.
Actually, I would say by the way that I had to, describe and break that down, I think, I don't know, I don't want to say I like to argue because actually I like good, well thought out conversations and such. So, and I like kind of those types of arguments, not like I'm going to whack you on Facebook comments, like go for you.
Right.
Right. I like a good, so I think that I don't want to say, oh, I could be an attorney, but I think that I would actually do good in like building out a structured logical argument in that way.
Nice.
And that
Okay.
does come into account with my job. So perhaps that's a cop out, but
Cool. I love that.
That's a good one.
I do love that.
What profession would you not like to do?
anything in healthcare heroes, you are amazing.
Amazing.
I know I cannot. So
Could never, right?
Could
Yeah.
never. The entire time we were watching The Pit, every episode, multiple times, I'd say, I could never. Like, it couldn't be me. It could not
Just-
be me.
yeah.
Over and over again. I said the same thing when watching The Blue Angels today. Couldn't be me.
You mean you couldn't be an ER doctor
Or
or
a Blue Angel.
Angel?
Those two are not options for me.
It's weird. You're selling yourself way short.
Could be a doctor or a Blue Angel pilot.
Well,
It's not in the cards.
I don't know what other options you have. All right, Natalie, I get the privilege of asking you our final question, but before I do, thank you very much for being with us. This has been
Yeah,
great.
it's been great.
So, Natalie, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
that's not necessarily, I think it's not necessarily God, but I would like to get a big hug from my dad. My dad passed away when I was 18 years old. And my mom is still alive, but hopefully, at this point, hopefully she has lived a long and happy life and she's there to hug me too. But I would love
Wow.
to, a big hug from my dad and just like I'm proud of you, or I've been watching and you made me proud.
Oh,
Love that.
I love
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Do you have anything that you would, any podcasts that you would like to plug? Any shout outs you want to give? Any words of wisdom that you'd like to leave us with?
Sure. I believe this is a spot for me to plug my own podcast.
Yep.
Hostess with the Mostest of the Stride Sisters podcast. I am, for the summer, I'm on a bi-weekly schedule. So, but mostly it's, you'll find me on Tuesdays. And once things start kind of picking back up with Run Disney training, I'll be back at it on a weekly cadence. In terms of advice, I would say kind of stay true to yourself and what you need out of something. Something I think I've been not struggling with a little bit, but is the comparison game. So
Mhm.
wow, like I burnt myself out. I did a lot in the last year or so, and I do need a break. And I've taken that break and I've done what
Love it.
I've needed to do. And sometimes it still gets me of like, oh, like I wish I was back at it, but that's okay. Like I would rather take this break now than it's September and I'm not doing the runs I should be
Right.
for dopey
Yeah.
training.
Mhm.
Or this, right? Where I'd rather take this now and basically while my body is screaming at me, the computer is forcing the restart
Yep.
before the computer just shuts off all entirely. So if that's
Smart.
what your journey looks like, then, don't necessarily compare to what other people's are like because you're not living in the same body they are. So,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
you got to do what you got to do to do
Mhm.
what's best for you.
Yeah. I love that.
Excellent.
I do too.
So if you're listening to this, go listen to the Stride Sisters podcast.
And if you're not listening to this, how are you going to know?
How would you know? I guess you'd hear about it on Rise and Run or something.
Yeah, seriously.
That's true.
Listen to Stride Sisters before you listen to Rise and Run. I said it. and
Wow.
I'll say it again.
Wow.
Anyways, Natalie, thank you very much for being
Thank
on
you
with us.
so
This has been
much.
super fun. And I will awkwardly say we will talk later. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was the smoothest one ever. Bye.
Smoothest one ever.
It was